ByteDance Lynx, a new, state-of-the-art, high-fidelity, personalized video generation model built on top of the Wan 2.1 base model. Now, ByteDance has previously created other video generation models, like Phantom, which was their first image referencing fine-tuned model. After that, they released another one called Humo, which even includes audio for the character along with video generation. You've probably seen a lot of similar text-to-video or image-to-video models with audio output. So the latest one from ByteDance on their Hugging Face repo is all about high-fidelity face identity generation. It uses a diffusion transformer foundation model with a lightweight ID adapter and reference adapter. What that means is it's kind of like the IP adapter we've used in image generation, where you reference object similarity, but since this is for faces and personalized video generation, the similarity and fidelity to the person or character are even higher. They've got both a full model and a light model. I've tried both and played around with them, and I've also downloaded the full model here. These models are also compatible with the latest Wan Video Wrapper custom nodes in ComfyUI. Also in Wan Video, Comfy Hugging Face repo from CageEye, there's our FP16 model files for both full and light model. The file size here is actually smaller than the official ByteDance published model files, which is better because it uses less memory during AI processing. To update the Wan Video Wrapper, you'll want to go into your command prompt window, preferably inside your virtual environment, and run a git pull to update the custom node. That's usually the easiest way. For example, I just got 2 new files updated from a recent feature update in the custom node. Back to Lynx. There are example workflows you can start with. The one is called Wan Video Text-to-Video 14b Lynx example. You can just drag and drop that JSON file into your ComfyUI interface and it'll load the whole workflow. Once you start ComfyUI and load that folder, you'll see the JSON file is the workflow itself. So it's a great way to get started using the Lynx model. In this workflow, you'll see it's connected with an extra model select node that links to the model loader. The models use the Lynx reference layer and IP layer mentioned on ByteDance's official Hugging Face page, where they talk about using an ID adapter and a reference adapter. So you'll need those 2 files, plus the resampler. And that resampler is something new in the Wan Video Wrapper implementation. It uses the Lynx resampler to run the face IP encoder for your image. So in total, 3 files are needed to run the Lynx model with the latest Wan Video Wrapper in ComfyUI. The author also mentioned that using the full IP layer with the full reference layer might not be ideal. He's not sure if there's a mistake in the implementation, but the full IP layer seems pretty weak. Using the light IP layer instead gives better performance and uses less memory. That's a note you can check out in the example workflow. Now, I tested this on my setup. On my machine, I try both the full and light model as well. Both got very similar output for me. I guess maybe it's different for others? Kind of like how people said in the previous video about Wan Animate V2 model should only run in the native workflow. And I actually tested that in Wan Video Wrapper. Well, of course, also ran it in native node. So honestly, I guess there's no exact textbook answer. And using the go-to-school mindset with AI creative, right? And we all have the freedom to test difference variable, right? Anyway, moving on to the model, we're going to use the resampler, which you can also download from the Wan ComfyUI Hugging Face repo. There's a full resampler and a light resampler. It runs in FP32. One thing I noticed in the custom nodes this time, ByteDance is using Insight Face for cropping, which handles face detection. But Insight Face has had some commercial licensing issues in the past. If you've watched my older videos or other YouTubers talking about Reactor Face Swap, you might remember this. They spamming copyright all over YouTube to videos talk about Reactor. From my experience dealing with this, I'd personally avoid using any custom nodes that rely on Insight Face with that Buffalo L model included, especially since some folks here that I know work in video production or advertising where commercial use is the norm. Better safe than sorry. Moving on, there's a new custom node for adding the Wan Video Lynx embed. It works like an image embed that connects directly into the Wan Video Sampler. The Wan Video Wrapper is really easy to use. With lots of options, you can just drag from the little dots to see all the features available in the sampler. Since this is for text to video, we're using a Wan Video empty latent node here, passing 121 frames by default in this example workflow and sends it to the embed. So we're generating a 5-second 480p video for testing. But here's a heads up. When I ran this new update of the Wan Video Wrapper with Lynx, I had to install an extra library, Vase library, required for the Lynx encode Vase IP node. If you don't have it, you'll get an error like Lynx encode Vase IP error code 52. I actually screen captured this while testing, and the fix was simple. Just run pip install vasexlib. That's the Vase library collection used and handling the Vase IP features in this custom node. The Wan Video Wrapper even gives you a hint that you're missing this library. Once you install it, you'll see a success message and all the dependency installations complete. Then just restart ComfyUI and the custom node should work in your workflow. Another useful note from KJ, the author, is about Insight Face. I'm using an alternative method to detect and crop the face, following the recommended image sizes for the IP image and reference image. There are two sizes you need. The IP image should be 112 by 112, just a tight crop of the face, and the reference image should be 256 by 256. In my recreated workflow, I've got two image previews so you can see both inputs, one for the IP image and one for the reference. I'm using the same model connections as the example workflow, but since I have the Wan 2.1 reward model MPS already downloaded, so I am using this instead of HPS reward model. And of course, since this is Wan 2.1, you'll also want to use LoRa model that matching Wan 2.1. For acceleration, I'm using the LightX2V text-to-video LoRa model, and in the extra models section, personally, I'm using the full IP and reference layers from the ByteDance Hugging Face repo because I wanted to test different settings and see how they compare. Now, here's my workaround to avoid Insight Face. I'm cropping the face using segment, following the recommended sizes, 112 by 112 for the IP image, and 256 by 256 for the reference image. The reference image should show the face slightly farther back, not as close up as the IP image. Let's say I switch to another character, like this AI-generated one, and run it through the process. First, I load the segmentation using segment anything, the good old way. I just prompt face or face eyes to detect the face. Then, I get the cropped face for both the IP and reference inputs. This is one way to crop without using Insight Face, so you avoid any potential copyright or licensing issues. The text prompt is simple, just describe what the character is doing, and below that, there's another text encoder for the reference prompt used by Wan Video Lynx. By default, Lynx hardcodes image of a face as the reference prompt. Here's an example output. As you can see, the character's face appears in the generated video with pretty high fidelity to the reference image. One thing I've noticed, when you combine this with Wan 2.1 text-to-video, there tends to be less motion. Even if you write prompts like jumping or running everywhere, the motion just isn't very dynamic. But here's something fun. You're not stuck with just this pipeline. You can swap out the empty latent embed. Instead of using the default Wan Video empty latent, you can replace it with other node, chain it up with the ByteDance Lynx embed, just drag from the sampler node and you'll see options, including Wan Video Vase encode at the bottom. So yes, you can actually combine Wan 2.1 Vase with Lynx, and that's useful because Wan 2.1 Vase is great for character motion and AI video editing in general. However, one issue with Wan 2.1 Vase is that the character's face can shift slightly when using a reference image. That's where ByteDance Lynx helps. It boosts face identity fidelity, so it solves the face drift problem you sometimes get with Wan 2.1 Vase. Another way to fix fidelity in Wan 2.1 Vase alone is by using a trained character LoRa. You can plug that into the Wan Video LoRa node. For example, If I load a character Laura here, it gives higher consistency in both style and face identity. But with this new Lynx model, honestly, it helps a ton with face fidelity, especially if you're only using a reference image and no LoRa. So what I did was take the text-to-video workflow you just saw with Face IP and reference and build another workflow on top of it. I created a group specifically for Wan 2.1 Vase with ControlNet for video-to-video. In this setup, I use a video as the input for motion and a reference image for identity. For this demo, I'm using two different characters. One is Lisa, and the other is an AI-generated character. The result? The environment and outfit resemble Lisa, but the face is the AI characters. I've got a preloaded video for motion reference, and I make sure to resize everything back to 480p or 720p if you've got the VRAM. For ControlNet, I'm using the AIO auxiliary preprocessors so I can quickly pick any preprocessor I want. Or I can use DW pose to detect face, body, and hands separately. This time though, I'm going with depth anything v2 for the ControlNet input. Now, for the model loader, I'm combining Wan 2.1 Vase with ByteDance Lynx. That means I still need those three Lynx files: the reference layer, IP layer, and resampler. And I can stack an extra model on top, the Vase module from Wan 2.1. This lets me select the Wan 2.1 text-to-video model while still using Vase and Lynx together in the same pipeline. If you don't have the module files downloaded, you can skip that part, or just use the Wan 2.1 Vase model from the official ComfyUI Hugging Face repo. Either way works with Lynx. So again, two images go in. One for face identity, 100, 12 times 112, and one for the reference, 256 times 256. And I've got a video for motion. This one shows a DJ mixing music. With depth anything v2, the generated video should reflect that motion. Once it starts, the face is detected and cropped, just like Insight Face would do, but without the licensing risk. For best results, use a clear, close-up shot of the face in your identity image. Here's the generated result. You can see the motion from the original video, plus the AI character's face. The outfit, hair, with a hint of pink, and even the wooden background are influenced by Lisa's image, but the face is clearly the AI character's. Here's another example using DW pose and a TikTok dance video. The motion is totally different, but since I didn't change the text prompt, 25-year-old DJ mixing music, the clothing, hairstyle, and background still follow Lisa's look, while the face stays as the AI character. Pause it here. You can clearly see it's not Lisa, it's the AI character's face on her body and style. In theory and in practice, you can use the same person for both reference images if you want consistent character identity. For example, if you have a close-up of your AI character's face, use that for the identity image. And if you have a full-body scene of the same character for motion reference, use that as the Vase reference image. That way, you get perfect face and style consistency. It's pretty fun adding these new features on top of the Wan 2.1 foundation model with ByteDance Lynx. Big thanks to ByteDance for keeping up the innovation in AI. Anyway, have a nice day. See ya.